following is a presentation of Hockey Night in Canada in association with the NHL and Sportsnet.
Mind strong, body strong, try to find equilibrium. Head straight, screwed on, screwed up for too long. I don't want to leave on the wings. I watch the storm evaporate. I think of you, the starry skies. I keep you so alive. Let's walk through the fire together. Disappear in the golden sands. It's all in your face. I see you break. It's like the sound of winter. Bleeding blood, silence escape. You got to hang on to yourself. It's like the sound of winter.
Hyman driving, scores! Matthews scores!
Yeah, baby! It's like the sound of winter. It's all in your face. I see you break. It's like the sound of winter. The bleeding love, the silence escape. You got to hang on to yourself. It's like the sound of winter. Hang on to yourself. Hang on to yourself.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans of the United States and Newfoundland.
This is Hockey Night in Canada on Sportsnet.
You want action? We've got action for you here tonight.
Oh, did you see that? What a performance.
Doesn't get any better than this.
He's got a stick. He's in. Scores. There's a chance for Crosby. He scores. Absolutely amazing. First of all, huge thanks to iconic alt rockers Bush and the sounds of winter. And those right there are the sounds of winter. Nothing says winter like Toronto and Montreal, but you could add St. Louis, Ottawa, Utah, Calgary. We're on the air tonight from Edmonton and Vancouver, anywhere from -16 in Edmonton to +6 in the lower mainland. Here's one for you. The snows that are older than history. The woods where the weird shadows slant. The stillness, the moonlight, the mystery. We've bade 'em goodbye, but we can't. That's the Spell of the Yukon by Robert Service, and that's where I learned to skate, on the Clement family rink. Alphonse and Pauline had it ready for us. Usually about the end of August, that rink was ready to go in the Yukon. With the Killer Bees, Botterill Bieksa, and Paul Bissonnette's our special guest. Actually, Biz, I'm going to change the order. Why don't you go first? Welland, what was the outdoor scene?
Chippewa Park, that's right around the corner from my house. That's where we used to hone our skills. And I used to be able to have a little bit of creativity out on the pond, but obviously once I got to organize hockey, they took that right away from me, didn't they?
Well, for me, it was the Wildwood Community Center, the outdoor rink at the end of Section C in Wildwood Park. My brother and I, that's where we learned to skate. We could take a bucket of pucks and shoot the pucks, pick up hockey. It was Tom Patterson who took care of the ice for us for decades there. We all loved it.
First time with skates. My parents put skates on me 18 months. Princess Point's a little cove of Lake Ontario and Hamilton. And I had skates on maybe for 20 minutes, and then my feet hurt and I cried, and they took them off. So that's the first time. But watching this Sunday, the Q alumni played a game against the Habs alumni, and PJ Stock had this on his feed.
Wow.
This was Sunday in Trois-Rivières, or as I like to say, Three Rivers. Keep it simple. But like Bouillon, Burrows, like PJ, there was a lot of great names, and how fun is it? They said that they keep bringing shovels out because the puck was disappearing. That's Canadian hockey.
Kyle, now that you and Dana are in Calgary, I can't wait till you pick your outdoor surface there, because you showed us all around the capital when you were in Ottawa. Okay, over to you for the Habs and the Leafs.
And Ron, it was the garage shooting pucks for Matthew Nyes growing up in Arizona. He promised some payback against the Canadiens tonight after the Leafs were run out of the building in Montreal 2 weeks ago. And if we learned anything this week, it's that Nyes puts his shoulder where his mouth is. Jakub Dobiš dropped the shoulder in celebration on Wednesday night. He'll be shouldering the load again here tonight. The soccer ball, a pregame staple across the NHL. Some good buzz in this town. with the World Cup draw yesterday. The draw is about as random as the Leafs injury carousel has been this season, but we can tell you Hildeby is the guy tonight with Joseph Woll on IR. Sean McKenzie to you in Ottawa.
Well, Kyle, December 6th is an important day for the Ottawa Senators. It was exactly 35 years ago today that it became official. The Senators were coming back to Ottawa. A lot has happened since then, and this team has developed a fiercely loyal fan base that would love nothing more to see their team do something they've only done once in the last 18 years. That's finish as the top team in Canada. Just a few days ago, they were in that position, but if you're watching the standings daily, well, you're in for a wild ride. Just this week alone, the Sens have been second, third, fourth, and fifth in the Atlantic Division. It is all over the map. Every point matters as the Sens try to deal with the next 2 weeks without Shane Pinto as we send it to Brendan Parker.
Sean, the Flames are enjoying an extended stay at home after spending most of November on the road. They celebrated by ending Minnesota's 12-game point streak on Thursday night, and certainly reason to celebrate and reason to smile for a Calgary Flames team that didn't have many of those at the beginning of the year. Mackenzie Weegar may have best described what's at the heart of it.
This guy's been showing up to work, going through a tough time. You know, it's a family in here. We love you in here, Oz. This one's for you.
Pictures tell the story. It's about family here in Calgary. On the other side, Logan Cooley, injured driving the net in Vancouver last night, is not available for the Mammoth tonight. Ron.
Terrific.
Well, Brendan said it right there. I think when you look at the Flames, are at the bottom of the NHL right at one point out of the basement, you really look at your leaders when you're like that. And Rasmus Andersson, Mackenzie Weegar are two of them, Kadri. They really have to make sure the ship's going in the right way when you're losing.
For me, for the Leafs, it's payback against Montreal for that last performance, and I'm looking for a big start and for them to score on the first goal tonight, or first shot, excuse me, and set an NHL record, because the last 4 games they've scored on the first shot of the game.
That's right.
Oh. And if they do so again tonight, that would set an NHL record for 5 in a row.
Who's scoring it? Who's scoring the first one?
Yeah, Matthews, Pablo for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Tavares.
Ottawa quickly. Ottawa, they had a rough stretch at the end of November, but for them to really build on Brady being back, there are not many players like him in terms of his presence, his leadership. For them, now is the time to build on his presence and get a big win.
Ottawa has scored on their first shot 5 times, not in a row, but 5 times this year. Toronto has scored on the first shot 6 times this year. And hockey outdoors, once you've had a shot, never leaves you. Games are next.
Running a business, you will be outdone by the headwinds, outdone by the obstacles, outdone by the complexities.
Outdone? Not with the most powerful QuickBooks ever on the Intuit platform. With a team of AI agents who tackle jobs for you.
Transactions categorized.
Discover new leads. And tools to help your accountant.
I can help you with that.
Collaborate with you. Because when you don't have to do everything,
only 50% of small businesses make it.
You can outdo anything. Outdo it with Intuit QuickBooks.
There's magic in the arrows. This is the biggest challenge we've ever done. Tonight, we complete that challenge. For one last time.
It's time to unwrap the Tim's holiday meal. Once a wish, now deliciously real. Flatbread pizza and donuts for you and me. Holiday drinks and socks collect all 3. So if you too want that festive feel, order the new Tim's holiday meal.
Last chance for Black Friday prices at The Brick. Get up to 25% off furniture. Cord & Co. sofa only $8.99. Cord & Co. dining table just $5.99. And the matching chairs only $139 each. The Brick, saving you more.
Lucas wanted a hotel with an ocean view. Then he found a vacation rental with an ocean front yard. Easily find your stay. Expedia. Book now.
You better make this a good Christmas, the best day of the year. Better make this a good Christmas. Come on, join in the Christmas cheer.
When pain shows up, Tylenol is on your team. It's like Nathan McKinnon having your back, even when your back doesn't have your back. Tylenol Extra Strength, your pain relief MVP.
Chevy Equinox is more than an SUV. It's your chance to give back and your safety check.
Whoa.
All at an incredible value. It's more than an SUV. It's your Equinox.
Wish and win up to $25,000 on a new Chevrolet vehicle when you purchase by January 2nd. See your dealer for contest details and a chance to win.
It smells so good in here right now.
My mouth is watering. This is happiness.
That looks incredible. Lip smacking, finger licking in my belly. Everything has to come together in a very dreamy and tasty way.
This period brought to you by Scotiabank. Learn how to earn up to $700 at scotiabank.com/special offer.
Saturday night in Toronto, a setting that has not been all that kind of Montreal the last number of years, but perhaps with the way things went a couple of weeks ago, a sign that things are changing going forward. Morgan Riley was saying their last road trip, a chance to prove to themselves that they can play a brand of hockey that can lead to winning games. For 73 years, you could gather in your living room or wherever you find your screen nowadays, sit down and watch the Leafs and the Canadiens. It has always been there, like a very good soap opera. Sure, the characters change over the years, the storylines will evolve, but regardless of who are in the story, the starring roles, there is bound to be excellent cliffs, twists, and turns. The Canadiens, one of the youngest rosters in the league, this Toronto fan base, among the restless with all the injury talk, it is hockey's version of Young and the Restless. Now for our version of Soap Opera Digest, upstairs to the broadcast booth, here's Chris Cuthbert and Craig Simpson. Gentlemen.
Well, I wonder if we'll get an old-fashioned shootout tonight. Two of the top 6 scoring teams in the league, and those young guns from Montreal, their top line, red hot.
Yeah, you look at the matchup, and I think the one thing for Marty St. Louis right now, when he looks at his top line, you think of Wednesday against the Winnipeg Jets. They were head-to-head against the Scheifele line. Cole Caulfield is hot. He is, Jen was saying, such a good playmaker as well. Nick Suzuki continues to be a player that can do it both ways. He's a 200-foot player, and I like the fact that he put Juraj Slafkovsky back on there as well. See if he can continue to get hot.
They'll be in the starting lineup against the Austin Matthews line tonight. The Leafs, one of their keys in the last week or so, they're starting on time.
Yeah, you know, they're not playing from behind. You heard Biz saying this is incredible. They have the first shot of the game for 4 straight games. Only the Tampa Bay Lightning in the last 15 years have done it. If the Leafs can somehow do it again, it's just remarkable. There's Troy Stetcher against the Florida Panthers, that very first goal. And then last game, that line that's really come together well, it's Bobby McMahon who puts that one in. We'll see what happens early on here in this one.
Jakub Dobiš has given up the first shot for a goal once this year. Almost set. Let's join Mike Ross.
Congratulations, William. We now ask that you please rise if you're able to. Remove your hats and join Natalie Morris in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Car son bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
About a third of the way into the season, the forever rivals separated by 2 points in the NHL standings. They've traded 5-2 wins on home ice as the Canadiens and Leafs meet for the third of 4 times this season tonight on Hockey Night in Canada. Jakub Domisch beat Toronto 2 weeks ago. He stopped 24 of 26, 3-0 against divisional opponents, looking for win number 10 tonight. And with Joseph Woll on IR, it's Dennis Hildeby's net for the Leafs. He's made 4 relief appearances, and he gets his 4th start of the season tonight. Montreal defensemen were the story in the last meeting. They scored 3 goals 2 weeks ago against Toronto. Noah Dobson had a pair. He has 15 points over the last 4 seasons against Toronto. And Morgan Riley plays in his 900th game tonight. The 8th player, 3rd blue liner in team history to reach that milestone. Leafs back after a 6-game road trip that did not start well in Montreal, but finished with 3 consecutive wins as Austin Matthews sent that down the ice, and it's Michael Matheson going back for it. Max Domi on his tail, comes up with a puck. Matheson gets it back, and now the Canadiens move it ahead.